Welcome back, everybody. How amazing was that? I hope that you are feeling excited about all these incredible opportunities. I can't even begin to tell you. When we paused the recording, we had 45 minutes of breakout sessions. I had countless families come back here and tell me what was going on in the rooms and how excited they were, asking where this person was going to be so they could learn more about Dungeons and Dragons or mythology or improv or theater. There was so much excitement happening. So I just want to speak to this for a moment. Additionally, something else happened, and I want to be very honest. Look, many families are going through it, right? You're here because things have been difficult, and I want to pause and address this. I got about 8 messages from teachers to me, and several families messaged me about the tears, about a lot of families really just opening up and feeling seen tonight, and just feeling like really safe to be vulnerable. And let me just say, like, your journey is difficult, right? So many of you have tried every program under the sun, and it doesn't work. You drop your kid off, you have to pick them up the same day. People are only focusing on what they're bad at. The only comments you hear are what we need to fix, mend, and repair, not what our kids are doing right. And there's this constant comparison, and it's so difficult. And tonight, I heard from again over 8 different teachers and countless families. We had over 20 families like actually break down. And I just want to speak to that. I don't say that to embarrass anyone. I don't say that to call anyone out. I say that to let you know, how safe do you feel being here in a place with over 100 other families like you who are on a similar journey, who for the first time can talk about their kids uh, feeling like they're meeting people who are like them. We've had parents here messaging me and messaging our teachers and sharing in the room if it's just them for a moment and saying that it's the first time, our teachers didn't even know this, the first time these kids are even talking in classes, let alone being on camera. I mean, this is heavy. This is gargantuan. This is colossal. And it's happening here. I'm seeing new families coming in and feeling seen. I'm seeing our returning families underscore the extreme transformations happening at home, some of which we didn't even understand until tonight. And I just want to say for the last nearly hour, all of these emotions have been spinning together. And already, even if you went no further, right? We have over 200 so families have been floating in and out here tonight saying what this community already means to them. And not even just saying it, but showing us. And I just want to speak to that because we haven't even started the classes and camps yet. It's just being here and being together. It's proof that we need our people, right? It's proof that we are meant to be together and that out there, it's difficult. And in here, it's much safer. So I just want to speak to that for a quick moment. Speaking of our amazing mentors who have been communicating with me, let me just say, mentors, please feel free to head out. I know many of you have class right now, so please feel free to head out. If you want to stick around and you can stick around, we'd love to have you. But thank you so much for doing an amazing job, and please have an amazing class this evening. All right, thank you again so much. So let me just speak to families real quick. I just mentioned this idea, but I want to just really drive this one home. Look, many of you have felt the pressure, the comparison pressure. You felt that you need to measure up. Maybe it's neurotypical families like yours with kids who are really engaged in doing certain things. Maybe it's professionals, educators, family members who are constantly telling you what your kid isn't doing, what they need to be doing, or mentioning that at this age they should be different. And I just want to say there's so much pressure to measure up. And when it comes to our kids, and I hope that you feel this tonight, there is no measure. When it comes to our kids, there is no measure. Our kids are on a different journey. They're on a different trajectory. They're going to get higher highs. They're starting in all different places. And when you're with the right people who get you, I hope that you feel that you can snap that measuring device, chuck it out the window, and that you can be with people who are on their own time, going on their own way, and going and doing what's right for their kids. Because that's what Young Scholars Academy is. That's what we're all about. Okay. So I just felt called to say that. I'm sorry. Let's move along. Now, there's one other thing that came up for me a lot. I know that many of our families, when they first join us, they are shocked that we do things that they didn't even know we do, the extra support that they weren't aware of. And I thought, okay, I need to speak to this tonight. So let me take a moment. I want to share a few things with you that most people don't know and that new families are blown away at when they first join. Number one, I want to just say that our mentors meet daily to talk about your kids. We have a Slack channel and we are going all the time. And I like to say our teachers are obsessed with your kid. And I mean that in a good way. Our mentors are messaging me at midnight. I'm talking about East Coast teachers who are messaging me in the wee hours of the morning, who are messaging me late, and I'm thinking, goodness, it's pretty late. They're talking about your kid, something that your child did in class, or a great inroad that they want to use next week, or a breakthrough that two kids had, and a note that I should send home to make sure that two parents connect. Right? This kind of stuff is happening all the time. We're coming together live in every other week, bi-weekly meetings. We're coming together in our Slack channel. We're sharing resources, we're sharing notes, and we're sharing wins. So and so just solved a Rubik's Cube for the first time, or a mom stayed after class for a moment and thanked the teacher and said, "This is the first place this child is communicating with camera on." Or a dad will say, "I want you to know this is the first time my son has ever been on camera, and it's the first time he's ever actually wanted to go to class." So, not only are we sharing information with each other, we're helping one another do a better job for you. Okay. And I just want to say that because I don't think that's happening anywhere else. Number two, the classes don't repeat. Okay. This is so very important. A big question we get asked a lot. Hey, wait, if there's summer camps that run Monday through Friday, and then there's summer courses that run once a week, can my kid take both if it's theater? And the answer is yes. The goal at Young Scholars Academy is that the courses run 2 years without repeating. So if you have a kiddo who's taking Tools of War, World War I, World War II weaponry, they can take it right now in the spring. They can take it this summer as a once a week course, and they can take it as a Monday through Friday summer camp. Our goal, unless it's an intro class like intro to robotics or novice Latin, something like that. If your kiddo's taking mythology or STEMology or history detectives, right, these classes can be taken years. And I want to just speak to this. There are kids in this room tonight who are in the first debate class that I started almost 5 years ago. Let me repeat that. There are kids in here tonight who are taking the very first debate class that I started 5 years ago when Young Scholars Academy started. They're still together. Okay, that's community, that's consistency. And guess what? They're getting new content all the time. Same kids, new learning, continued growth, continued friendships. So please know that your kid can take the spring class, they can take the summer camp, and they can take the summer course. Okay, and we hope they will. And then we hope they'll take it in the fall and next year and stay with the same group. Okay. A few other things. Please know that, when you enroll in 2+ classes, you get that free social club, right? If you're looking at the courses, specifically courses now, you are going to enroll in any 2 classes, let's say Unity video game design and Dungeons and Dragons. Okay. Your child is going to get a 3rd class. So you're going to enroll in the social club for your child's age group, and you're going to enroll in the payment plan. And then we're going to refund you for that class. That's how you save your seat. This is like the homeroom that you would get at a brick and mortar school. We're going to refund you for that. And that's at no cost. And we hope that you'll pick the payment plan because it's easier for refunds. Okay. That is also available for you, parents. If you're like, hey, my kid can't take that because they're in school during that time, guess what? We have a weekly parent social club and you can have it if you enroll in 2+ classes. Let's say you're in Roblox and Among Us. Parent social club can be for you. Okay, please know that. Additionally, I want you to know about our parent Facebook group. This is where all the birthday hangouts are happening, the play dates, the numbers are being exchanged. We have parents who have met up in the Facebook group and have started side chats and so forth, and they're talking every week, right? It's magical because again, we're throwing away the measuring stick and we're coming together and getting support with other parents who get it. So when you enroll in a Monday through Friday camp, you get 3 months in that Facebook group, and if you enroll in courses, you get 6 months in the group. Our goal is you stay in there forever. We never want to break that up, and we hope that you will come in. Again, I mentioned this previously, we had our first birthday that was arranged by some parents in the Facebook group coming together. It was incredible. So these are the kinds of things, 2 kids hit it off, and one mom reaches out and says, hey, my son would love to hang out. Can we set up a Zoom? Whatever it might be. Please, please, please know that, and please take advantage of that if you're already enrolled. Okay, so much more. Again, this is the stuff that parents are like blown away by. And again, there's so many programs out there. I just feel compelled to talk about this. A few other really big ones. Many of our classes come with a Google Classroom. What does that mean? That means that you have access to content when your child's not in class. Let's say, for example, they're in a robotics class. Maybe the class went fast. Maybe they missed a week. Guess what? The lessons are on Google Classroom. Maybe STEMology happened this past week and they're looking at the intersection of science and mythology, and your kiddo missed class or had to leave early. Guess what? There's videos and resources on there. There's extra work that your kiddo can do, or maybe some materials we need to get together before class this week. These are not just show up and leave. Now, I want to also say a big question I get asked a lot, is there homework? Well, that really depends. Our goal is not to give any busy work. So we give what we call extension work. That Google Classroom exists so that your child can go above and beyond if they want to and go deep, because let's face it, many of our kids crave that depth and that complexity. So if they want to, they can. They're not going to be required to. Now, the exception is going to be courses like, for example, theater, they might have to put some time in memorizing lines, our AP classes, and so forth. But for the most part, our kids have the option to go deep, the extension, but they're not going to get busy homework. Okay. But they have the Google Classroom. Additionally, if kids miss class, I just came out of a meeting this morning. We had a kiddo who's been sick a couple weeks. Guess what? Our amazing teachers, our amazing mentors are showing up for these kids, going 10 minutes early, 5 minutes early, staying 5 minutes late. We're setting up an entirely separate meeting to support and accommodate our parents and kids. So these mentors care and they will show up for you. Maybe it's just catching you up in the beginning of class. Maybe it's going a little bit early. Okay. Additionally, I want to underscore a few other things. This is so very important. You have the brightest kid. They take an amazing class. They get out of class and you say, "Hey, what'd you learn today?" And nothing. They might keep it close to the chest. Now, some kiddos, you might be thinking, "Okay, my kid actually tells me everything." And that's fine. I'm going to show you some testimonials later of kids that do. But some of our kiddos, they're not going to share. They're not going to be overly open about what's happening in the classes, even though it's amazing. And this was driving me bananas. So we solved for it. We've created an incredible automated note-taking system that's going to send you home an email every week. Let me repeat. We've created an incredible note-taking system. We call it Sumara, which is very cute, I think, that sends a summary email home, overview of the class to you, parents, every single week. Now, it used to be that we would send these home every 8 weeks, and we thought, you know what, we can do better. Parents want to know. You want to know what's happening in class. You are enrolled in the community. You have a bright kid who's having all these amazing wins. And I can't even begin to tell you, every Friday when these emails go out, we get a flood of emails coming back. I didn't know my kiddo knew so much about this topic. I didn't know they were so engaged. I didn't know they've been working on a YouTube channel or a custom project. There is so much happening in these classes and so much that parents are just loving being clued in on. Not to mention, we also have the Village Voice, that weekly newsletter that we send home that's general updates about our community. So look, there's a lot happening there. One other thing that I want to show you, and this isn't necessarily a feature, but it's a way to navigate things. I'm going to show you a quick way to navigate the site and make things a bit more accessible. So if you're looking to go through our site, I just want to show you a few things. Number one, we're in the spring semester right now, right? This is what's open. And when you scroll down, you can click, show me the courses, right? Now, the easiest and fastest way to enroll, you're going to click this little button right here, show me the classes. You'll see this little video. This will jump you over to our active enrollment system. If you are trying to find classes quickly and you're like overwhelmed by this page, guess what? You can go right here. And let me just show you, because I think parents think in terms of calendars. So I'm going to click this button here, calendar, and I can see the classes. Okay, this is super cool. Now, let's say I have a 10-year-old. I'm going to go down here to age. I'm going to filter 10, and I'm going to say, you know what? I have more availability. We have more availability on Monday, so let's see our options. Okay, that new semester is going to start here. Let's see what we got. Okay, we've got some classes here that we can check out. Let's say I'm interested in history detectives. Oh my goodness, this sounds incredible. And I'm going to read about it. And then, yep, I want to get it. And I want to save 10% and pay in full and get 1 week free. So I'm going to add it to my cart. Okay, additionally, if I go back here for a sec, if I go back to the month, I can see all these other awesome classes, right? So again, I can go through, okay, you know what? We're all pretty free on Thursdays as well. Let's go here. So there's all these incredible opportunities to explore new classes and see what's out there, okay? Additionally, let me show you a few other things on the site. Yes, there's all these things. We have a new system set up. There's rolling prorated enrollment. So you can sign up for classes that are not new necessarily. You could click any of these classes and explore them. Let's say you want to get in on, let's say, one of the chess classes. And there isn't necessarily maybe a new one, but you maybe want to hop on one of the old ones. You watch the Malachi's video and you're like, oh my goodness, this seems amazing. So you can do what? You can just hop right in, you can click and you can explore. Or you can look for the red dots, which show new classes that are going to be started. So just to make sure we're clear, we have ongoing classes that are running all spring that your kiddo can hop into, kind of like merging onto a railroad track. Two trains are kind of merging, or they can join from the station and take any of these new classes that are going to be starting very soon. Okay, so when I talk about the early bird ending tonight, these are the classes I'm referring to. But there's a few other things that I want to talk about with you here. Okay, number one, I want you to know when you enroll in multiple classes, you get a multiple class discount. If you enroll in 2+, you get that free social club. We talked about that, right? We know that. And also, when you enroll in multiple, if you enroll in 4+ classes, you get an additional 10% off. Plus, we do a sibling discount of 5%. Okay, so you're getting the free social club with 2+ classes, 4+ classes, you're getting an additional 10% off all. And then if you have a sibling, two siblings, you're also going to get an additional 5% off. Okay, I think that's really important. And again, when you're enrolling, you have multiple options. Okay, you can go through, let's say we're interested in looking at this ancient tech class. This looks really interesting. You can pay in a payment plan and put 10% down, or you can save 10% and enroll upfront. Okay. And so I just think that's really important to understand. There's a lot on this website. A few other things that I want to show you, right? Because again, there's a bunch here, and sometimes I think this is right in your face, and a lot of people never see it. Let's talk about the satisfaction guarantee real quick. We stand behind our courses because guess what? There's over 400 families in them, and we know they work. Okay. So we have a 100% satisfaction guarantee. And let me just break this down to its most simple terms. If you enroll in a payment plan course, if you like, let's say this one here, okay? If you enroll in the payment plan and you pick this method here, right? And you're like, this class isn't working out, whether it's the first month or the fifth, you just say, it's not working out. We stop the payment plan. That's that. If you pay up front, then what we can do is transfer your funds to a credit or into another class. Okay. There's no risk. We want you to have no risk at all. We want to assume all of the risk because, again, we know what we're doing is working and we know it's changing lives. And I always say, guess what? You can keep all the thousands of dollars in bonuses if it doesn't work for you anyway, because you spent your time checking us out. And I want to reward you for that. We know it works. We assume the risk. There's no risk on your shoulders, just good learning and belonging and community and mentoring. Okay. So a few other things I want to share. Of course, you get all these amazing bonuses. You'll get a VIP page when you join us. And one other thing that I just want to share with you. This question comes up a lot, this ESA stuff. What are ESAs and different funds? Well, if you look here, you'll see that we are approved with 10 plus different education state savings accounts. That means that various programs will pay for your Young Scholars Academy classes. So if you're part of an ESA or you're, go through a certain charter, we are approved by a great many programs and we can use funding from those programs. You can use their money to take your classes. Okay. I think that's just so very important that we underscore that and make sure you know. Many homeschool families are taking advantage of that, and it has been a total game changer. And again, I just want to make sure that is on your radar. So a few other things. Let's keep it moving. All right. We are almost to the end here. Another financial thing, and then we're going to stop this part. When you enroll, you're going to get a custom ambassador link. We know, having over 400 families, that the number one way that families find us is word of mouth. And guess what? We want to reward you for that. Not only are you going to help other families find our program and have the wins that you're having, and I'll bet if you're here tonight and you're a new family, you probably found us because of another family, right? And I want to speak to that. What we do is when you enroll, you get a custom link that you can share with other families, and that will give you the ability to track signups through you. Okay. So if you put your link on Facebook and someone else grabs it and joins, that family is going to save 15% on their first courses or camps, and you're going to get a $99 credit for every course they sign up for. We want to make sure that they're coming in at a lower cost and that we're rewarding you for your time and energy. Okay. Because we know you're spending your time, your treasure, and your talent with us. And I want to thank you and reward you. So over 90% of our families come to us through word of mouth from parents to parents. And when you join, you're going to get a custom code that will help you. Okay, this was a lot. I know. Holy ravioli. It feels like this. It feels like drinking out of a fire hose. I know it. So let's take a moment, reflect, start to wind up, and bring it to a close. So I will stay and answer all of your questions. I will not leave until I have. In summary, many of our kiddos are struggling, right? We have these beautiful kids with these incredible brains, these young bodies, these older brains, and it's that gap that's really challenging for them. And it's not them, it's the environment that they're in, right? We know that when they're with the right people in the right community, exploring the right content at the right pace, and they feel safe, then they will thrive, right? And that is what Young Scholars Academy is all about. The world wasn't built for your kiddo. It wasn't built by neurodivergent people. But Young Scholars Academy is and was. Okay? And there's one really important point here. Timing is everything. And I want to speak to this personally and professionally. You have a young child who, whether they're 5, 18, or somewhere in between, we're talking about exponential interventions here, right? We're talking about coming in and having compounding effects. The sooner that we can help your child, the more we can help your child, right? The sooner that they can avoid all the harm of the deficit-based system, and the sooner that they can stop being judged and attempting to be fixed and internalizing all that ugliness, the sooner we can change their lives. And again, I want to speak to you personally and professionally. Our mentors here, like myself, are here because we had to go this route and we don't want your kids to. Whether we're parents and we're trying to protect our kids and also yours, or whether we're doing it for ourselves or both, many people in this field are here because we had a difficult go of it when we were young and we know how much it can mess us up I'll speak personally. And we want to make sure that doesn't happen to your kid. So an early intervention, getting the right content, making friends, having mentors who can say, hey, you're doing great. There's nothing wrong with you. That's a great question. One of my favorite phrases of all time is when one of our moms said that Young Scholars Academy is a yes and program. She said, this is the first place in my child's life that nobody says no to my kid. They say yes and. How did you arrive at that conclusion? What makes you think that? Right? Not no. What is no just shuts down thinking. It shuts down learning and it conditions our kids not to try. We're pulling them out by entertaining their beautiful theoretical questions and silly memes and all of these things, right? The research shows that earlier the intervention, the better the trajectory, right? You're talking about saving pain, struggles, isolation, therapy, medication, right? So many things by intervening early, getting your kid in a community where they're celebrated. Okay. So I need to underscore that personally as Sam Young and professionally as Mr. Sam of Young Scholars Academy. Okay. Let's recap highlights from the night. We did a lot. We heard from families. You met one-of-a-kind mentors and other families in breakout rooms, right? You met all kinds of other people who are maybe a little further along on the journey than you. Maybe they already belong here, or families who are just checking us out for the first time. We discovered one-of-a-kind courses. Hopefully you feel like you already belong. Again, I always say you come tonight, and if you come check us out, hopefully you can leave and say, that was a really special place and I felt like I was part of it for a minute. Well, I want you to have that the rest of your life. And then we explored some amazing support and some events. So let me just ask you a quick question as we wrap up. Can I share some incredible bonuses with you? I hope so. Okay. So if you sign up for summer camps, I want to just show you, our goal is to provide so much value for you that you feel like you have been more supported than ever before. I want you to feel like you're floating on a cloud. We know that we have to help you, parents, we have to help your kids, and we have to bring everyone together because it takes a village. So when you enroll in Young Scholars Academy summer camps, Monday through Friday camps, and again, we've brought our camp prices down 30% from where they were last summer, you're getting access to Dr. Joseph Renzulli, a recording a session with him, Dr. Marcy Dan, one of the key founding members of Young Scholars Academy, Dr. Susan Baum, my mentor, who was mentored by Dr. Joseph Renzulli, and Matt Zakreski, Dr. Matt Zakreski, one of the biggest names in the field right now. Plus, you're getting 3 months in our Facebook group for parents, and you're getting early enrollment. And guess what? Over 50 of our camps are already full. Guess what? Over 70 of our courses are already full. Do you know why? Because families are signing up early because our families get VIP early access. Okay, you're also getting up to $1,400 in bonuses, all these other resources. Okay, so sign up for Monday through Friday camps, and you're getting 10 times the value of the camp in bonuses. Plus, we have our summer courses. Excuse me. We have our summer courses. So when you enroll in summer courses, you're also going to get a tremendous amount of value. Okay, you're going to get all of these incredible resources. Oops. You're going to get 6 months in that Facebook group. You're going to get a free social club. Again, enroll in 2 classes, you add the third one and sign up to pay in installments and we'll refund you. You get that weekly note-taking email summary sent home with progress reports, weekly wins and updates of what your kid's doing. And you're going to get all these live talks, okay? You're going to get invited to see Melissa Jackson, Cara Scanlon, and we're getting together a Young Scholars Academy teacher panel to talk about top strategies that you can use. We're going to be looking at emotional regulation at home and top executive function strategies to salvage your relationship with your kid and help your child be successful. Plus, a masterclass recorded sessions that you can watch on the go right when you sign up, plus all these resources, some of which I've never given away before. Okay, so that's over $3,300 in extra bonus value that you're going to get for signing up for once a week courses during the summer. Plus, there's even more. Okay, we're giving you spring bonuses like never before. This is the highest bonus level we've ever given. There's going to be so many expert talks almost every other week. Dr. Leslie's coming to talk to our families about parenting through a new lens. We're going to be talking about PDA, one of the hottest topics, and I've been working hard to bring in some of the best names in the field because there's a lot of misinformation and bad information about PDA, and a lot of parents have questions. I want to make sure you're getting the best answers from the best people. So Marnie and Marna are going to come. Sarah's going to come in and talk to us about nutrition, a very complex topic for our gifted and 2E minds and bellies. We're going to be hearing from Kate Stone about college, gap years, and planning and applying. And then I'm going to have an alumni panel. And I want to just speak about this for a moment. I met some of my students reached out to me last weekend and said, "Hey, Mr. Sam, I just realized that I'm the age you were when you taught me." And I was like, "Oh my goodness, I'm old." Some Young Scholars Academy alums, and I met up for coffee, and I thought, these kids are thriving, and our kids need to hear from them. Our parents need to hear from them. So I'm going to bring together a panel of some 20 somethings to come talk to our enrolled families this spring and help you get wisdom, not from experts, but from kids that are on, I shouldn't say kids anymore, they're in their 20s, but from young adults who are on the journey. Okay. Plus, you're going to get access to our Dr. Temple Grandin talk, Dr. Jade Rivera, and Dr. Sandra Clifton, and special VIP announcement. If you sign up tonight, I'm also going to invite you to the live Dr. Sandra Clifton talk happening next week. Okay. Plus all this extra value, weekly reports sent home, everything, everything, everything. So we're talking about over almost $9,000 in extra support when you enroll. You're taking classes that you would already take and that would be amazing, plus you're getting almost $9,000 in extra support to make sure you can't help but thrive, to make sure that you're supported as a parent, to make sure that you're part of a community, and to make sure that your kid is supported as a child, and to make sure that they're part of a community making friends. Okay. So please do not delay. This is so very important that you get all this tonight. And we know with this, this is a can't help but thrive environment, right? This is going to be amazing. And I want to make sure you don't delay for a number of reasons. Number one, our classes are capped at 5 or 6 a lot of the times, which means they've filled up. And just as I've been here, my email has been going nuts. I get a notification every time someone signed up. We're just getting to the end now, and we already have almost 100 signups, I believe, just tonight alone. It is amazing. So this all starts tonight. You're taking a step tonight, and you're doing it before it's too late, because these classes fill up fast, and these courses as well. Okay. So additionally, I want to make sure you know our spring courses increase because the prices are jumping up tonight. We have the early bird special ending tonight, which means prices are going to bump up 5%. And currently there's like some pretty serious savings. You get 5% off when you enroll. We talked about this before. 5% off early bird, 5% sibling. You get 2+ classes. You get a social club for free. That's a free class. And then you get 10% off if you enroll in more than 4 classes. I mean, there's so many savings happening right now. Please take advantage. You can get these classes up to 30% off if you enroll by tonight, which is actually scary to me. Um, a few other things I wanted to just remind you of. We're building the foundation, right? We're talking about the end of the school year right now, going into the final semester and then into the summer. We're laying the foundation for the second half of 2025. And I'll be honest, 2025 has gotten off to a rough start, especially if you're standing where I am. We're in Southern California here, where we were, evacuated due to fires and so forth. The we are laying the foundation, and timing is everything. Okay. We talked about the exponential intervention. Well, guess what? We also need to make sure that we're laying the right foundation for our kids. And what the decisions that you make here now tonight are going to do just that. Lay the foundation for the rest of your child's year and perhaps life. So I think it's so very important that we kind of leave and wrap with this thought. As we close out, I want to share a couple emails that I got in the last enrollment period. I wanted to share with you, just so you can see. You've heard from some amazing families tonight. I want to share a few more. This is one of my absolute favorites. He ran down the hall after class in a happy storm. You guys must have had fun, right? That's an email after a first class started. And look, imagine sending me that. You have a kiddo who's maybe not smiled for a long time. I can't even tell you how many emails we have about students who haven't smiled or haven't said anything at the dinner table, and now they're sharing and talking about all the wins, right? I mean, God, that just makes me so happy. This is one of my absolute favorites. This is from a family with many kids here. Check this out. Let me read this to you. The kids are so happy with their classes. It has fundamentally changed the way that we homeschool and has given them a trusted community. I wish we had this when we started homeschooling. I hear fits of laughter. You can notice a trend here. During homeroom, Sophia was thrilled to get the part of Cruella in theater. The kids did Dalmatians, the 101 Dalmatians. Sammy and Andy seem well challenged and doing some deep thinking in science, cryptography, and game theory. Some amazing classes here, by the way. Dungeons and Dragons is their absolute favorite. The kids and teachers of this village have been a good family to our family. I love that this mom said this. And here's my favorite part. Sophia's headphones didn't work during her creative writing class on Monday, and I had the privilege of hearing her teachers. I had no idea the teaching quality was that good. I just knew my kids were thriving. Now I see why. Imagine, I mean, oh, imagine writing me that. Imagine having multiple kids in over 10 classes a week, and you're hearing fits of laughter, wins, excited because they won. Maybe a student who hasn't won things before or been awarded a role before has a role, a lead role in theater. I mean, I'm gushing. Okay, here's another one. Imagine this. I told you we're sending weekly emails home. Here's one, a response to one of those. Thank you, Miriam. You have no idea how much I needed to hear someone say something positive about blank. I'm actually in tears of gratitude and relief at the moment. Thank you. Anybody else in here feel like that? That you would just break down? I mean, I mentioned over 20 families have tonight have just cried just hearing other families. Imagine getting an email for the first time because all the other ones you've gotten have been negative. Someone says, you know, your kid's amazing. Here's how they're showing up. They're incredible. We love them. We're so lucky to have them. I mean, this mom, the over 20 something moms here tonight, right? You get it. It's lonely out there. And I want to welcome you in. Okay. So do me a favor. I want you to imagine this, right? Imagine we're sitting together, right? We're having a coffee in a cafe in 3 weeks or so, or maybe we're on Zoom having a little tea together, okay? And we're sitting down and you're telling me, you know, your son has met up with a classmate that they've been hanging out with. They were in the play together. They're working on robotics with another student. They're playing Minecraft each week and just loving the in-server game, or they have been utilizing their task management system. They're speaking Latin at home, and these are all stories that are real, and I've received emails about in the past couple of weeks. And I just want you to think you could have that too. Over 400 families do. I don't want to be little, but you're not that different, right? You were on the outside. These families were on the outside. Now come in, have what these families have. And I want you to think like, what would that be worth to you? To have these kinds of wins, to have your kid brag, to have them do a happy dance, to have them run down the hall, to have them get the lead role in the play, right? You have looked so long and so hard for this, and I know you're craving more. So my question is, are you ready? Are you ready to take my hand, to join our families, to be a part of this amazing community where you can't fail because you have all of those bonuses we talked about, plus hundreds of people who believe in you and get you. They're supporting you in a Facebook group, they're supporting your kids, they're supporting you in social clubs. You're going to get all of this amazing, I mean, over $9,000 in support with over 20 of the top experts and couple panels here, right? You deserve all of this, right? And I'm going to pause for a moment. I'm going to go in a little. I said before I was going to do some winners. We've got some big winners tonight. We're going to announce our t-shirt winner, which I'm so excited about. And we're going to announce a few winners. We're going to give away one free course. We're going to give away two 50% off courses. These can be used for spring or summer. And then we're going to do three 50% off camps. So, Anne, do you mind sharing with everyone? And then I'm going to hit pause right now. Okay, that was awesome. We have some amazing, again, big round of applause for our winners. Kudos to you. You're going to email Anne to let her know you won, and then we'll take care of everything in the morning because, well, there's been a lot going on in here tonight. All right, so we're going to get to that tomorrow. But again, big round of applause, big round of applause for our winners. And everyone else, you're all a winner because guess what? Again, these classes can be taken up to 30% off by tonight if you enroll before midnight and get that early bird special. So that is huge. Okay. Now let's keep it going. We are getting to the end. I want to just wrap up and say this. Welcome home. You've been looking for a community. This is it. You're just like these other families. You've been out there comparing yourself. And I want to invite you to stop the comparison, to stop being judged, to stop listening to the naysayers, to trust your gut, and to be a part of a village that is aligned with your beliefs and is going to take you and your child where you know in your heart of hearts that you hope to go. You're not broken. You're not doing a bad job. Your child's not broken. They're not doing a bad job. They're just in the wrong environment. So please come home to us. Join our virtual village. Cannot wait to support you and welcome you in. And you're going to be just like these families. I can't wait for you to write me those emails and tell me about all the transformations your kid's making, about all the daily wins. And one of my favorite phrases of all from one of our moms years ago, she coined the term the YSA glow. And she said, every day we have a Young Scholars Academy class, my son glows. He's euphoric for 24 hours. And she said that we have to make sure he takes one class a day because that's how he gets through the week. Out there in the real world, he struggles. Here, he shines. And if we can just have that every day, he wins. And that's what home is. That's what Young Scholars Academy is. So remember, timing is everything. And right now is the best time. We want to help our kids, whether they're 5 or 18. We want to get in early. We want to intervene, help them make friends, help them ignore all the haters, the naysayers, the judging, peers, experts, everyone, professionals, whatever. We want to help them believe in themselves. We want to help them explore the content that they crave and get in early so they can get their 10,000 hours and become experts themselves, right? Again, it's exponential. We can have them keep going the way they're going with the struggles, or we can have them break free and blast off like a rocket with the right people and feel darn good about themselves. And again, I'm talking to you personally because I built the program that I wish I had when I was young. I can't even tell you how much of a difference that would have made for me. Okay. Thank you so very much. This is it. This is your moment. This is the first step that you take, right? Bodies in motion stay in motion. Bodies at rest stay at rest. That's physics. We're just asking you to push, make that first step tonight. And remember, you're going to stay in motion. You're going to see all the transformations. You're going to have the strongest 2025. And make sure you do so before tonight at midnight because those early bird prices for spring courses end tonight. The early bird prices for the summer camps and courses are going to end March 26th. Okay, so focus on the spring courses tonight. Summer, you still have a few weeks left. All right. Thank you so very much, everyone. I'm going to stick around and answer all the questions that you have. I will not leave until I answer every question. And I just want to send so much love, so much radiance, so much abundance, and provide so much value for you, for your families, and welcome you to our family. Thank you so very much.